numerical you may face very frequently in near future. Okay, so that means in exam also, in quiz also, or in lab viva even also, because everything is related. Whenever you will go in lab, as I already told that usually I don't ask some theoretical question in lab, but lab question may be asked in theory, but those who are common to them, so you can expect that those will be given some extra weightage. So this addressing mode, this instruction set, all are just this type of thing. Again, I hope today or on the next day when we start the numerical problem or the discussion related to our MIPS, there also you will find that in program also there are some numerical associated. The type of instruction, which field is holding how many bits. So all these things also are there. Okay, so whatever may be, let me start with the first numerical problem of the addressing mode. And before going to the addressing mode numerical, just let me recap on all the other details which we have already covered. So till now we have covered, if from the beginning we can see that immediate addressing mode, right? Immediate addressing, where we found that it was our operand itself on the instruction. Then direct addressing, we found that our operand is a place where you can access by one memory referencing. Okay, then another addressing, we found that indirect addressing. At that time we saw that more than one memory referencing we did. Okay, then we observed register addressing, where it was just like no effective memory address, because you are not targeting your memory location, you are targeting your register, right? So register addressing was this one. No, this was indirect. This was the register. Okay, you can see that no specific memory location you are accessing. Then from it we go to register indirect, and we found that what the thing was happened before through memory, the same thing is being happened here through register. So that is register indirect addressing. Then we observed the displacement addressing. So some place or some fixed distance first you have already covered, that is the offset, and then your segment register is carrying the other duration or other distance. So that was the register and memory both was associated. So it was the example of displacement addressing. Then we followed the PC relative. So PC relative means it was associated with our program counter, and I already told you that program counter is a specific purpose register who used to store the address of next instruction. Okay. So these were all the details of basic. Now this base register or index register, all this other thing was just equal to the displacement, what we already have done or already have checked. And then finally to a stack addressing, and right now I will not touch the stack addressing. Okay, because microprocessor core thing we have not done yet. That is why. So now as a whole you can see that separate addressing mode has been given here, some algorithm has been given here. So you can see that what I was talking on that day, that whenever you are in immediate mode, your operand is that means the argument, right? Or operand itself lies in the instruction. So that is why A, say it is just like add A. So your operand itself A, and direct again A. So you may confuse later that both time it is targeting to the same thing, but one is immediate, one is direct. So what's the difference? So difference is very clear. In immediate, this is your operand itself, and in direct, this is not your operand, this is your effective address. That means for operand, you have to go to this address. Okay. So these two you can specifically mark later when you will read. Without reading anything, you can directly go to this table and you can take these two examples. First, to remove the confusion between immediate and direct. In example, also in programming part also, you will see that when this type of thing will be written, that means this is your operand itself, and if this thing has been written, then it is your effective address actually. That means it is your location. Okay, so it is operand and it is address. So this two is the difference, operand and effective address. Now indirect, the same thing, only the difference is the parenthesis. So parenthesis means here you will check another memory location. So specific advantage and disadvantage already has been mentioned for each of them. The same thing, you can relate this thing with this one. You can relate this thing with this one. Okay, just like in these two cases, what is being happened through memory? In these two cases, the same thing is being happened through some register. So now you can go directly to the numerical problem. Okay, so let me first read what is actually given in the numerical problem from the book. Okay, so you can go to the, if you downloaded this book, you can go directly to the page number 264. And in 264, the last paragraph, the numerical example has been written and some text has been written there. So to show the differences between the various addressing modes, we will show the effect of the addressing modes on the instruction defined in figure 8.7. So figure 8.7 is this one. Okay. Now the first point has been written, that two-word instruction at address 200 and 201 is a load to AC instruction. So keep in mind the word or the language what has been given here. It has been written here that the two-word instruction. Okay, so obviously you will be given that whether your instruction is one word or two word or how many length, this type of thing usually given. Because if you check the problem, you will find that this diagram is clear for you all or it is not clear. Can anyone tell me that I should do any zoom in, zoom out or any other thing? I think this diagram is not clear so much. So I hope now it will be a little bit better, right? So now our problem is that you have one two-word instruction. So where is the instruction first? Can anyone identify from this table that where you can find your instruction in this table only? So you can see that this is the table where specific address has been written. So who are the addresses? These are the addresses. So addresses means the locations I was talking about in the previous time. And if you more specifically want to relate it, what the example I was giving you, that you are going to your hostel to in your room to take the data or take the copy and you will give it to me. So at that time I was giving one location like hostel and another location like your room number. Right, so these were, I was writing the room number specifically separately. So these room numbers are actually your address, right? So these are the room numbers. Okay, and this whole thing, not any single one, this whole block is your hostel. That means in your system, this whole is your memory, right? Then the first word we have found in our question text, that the two-word instruction has been stored in the memory location 200 and 201. Right? This two-word. And what type of instruction? Two-word instruction. So if you remember in the previous lecture, that means the first week class, when we started instructions, how many types of instruction we covered at that time? 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, like this. So 2 address instruction means we told at that time that you have to access or you have to use 2 separate memory location to execute this instruction. If you remember, just like ax equals to x plus bx. So you will just take the instruction like bx register 1, ax another. So you are accessing these two, the previous one. Okay, the instruction set part. So that means the two-word instruction at address 200 and 201. So as it has been written that it is a two-word instruction, so obviously you will require 2 separate location. That is why 200 and 201 has been given. This is one kind of explanation. Parallel, one more thing you can check, that is you no need to get any question text or you don't need to read anything. Just follow the table. Only follow the table. What you will found in the first row, you will found one text has been written like load to AC. In the next row, there has been written address equals to 500. In the next row, you will found the next instruction has been written. So that means if you closely observe this table only, so this is only one example, one instruction, because next instruction has been written here only, right, in the location 202. So that is one more explanation. Now, if you think that from where you should start, why you will start from this instruction? You can also start from this instruction. Who is saying you that you have to start from the top always? No, that is not any compulsion that you have to start from the top always, because you don't know where it is actually is the top or not, because I am just checking or I am just taking one segment. This is a memory segment. Your memory is much higher than this. So why you are starting your execution from this row only? What you should check? Now you should check what the other informations are there. Parallelly with this table, there is PC, there is R1, there is XR, there is AC. So now we should check what are they actually, right? So you can see that it has been written PC has the value 200 for fetching this instruction. So PC means, last day we have already discussed, PC is your program counter. So what will store in program counter? Address of the next instruction to be performed. That means when you are observing that your PC has one data as 200, so that means you are going to start your execution from the address 200. Clear? So before starting anything, you just need to check what is the content of your program counter. Once you will found that your program counter is holding the data as 200, you will jump into that particular location 200 and you will start execution. So now the next point is coming. You have gone to 200th location. You have started your work. Now, if anyone will ask you next, what to do next? You are observing your program counter, you have jumped into your memory location, you have found the proper location, you have started working. But that particular work will not give you the task of the whole life. You have to change your task, you have to move to another task, right? So how you will check that where you have to go to the next for the next part? Again, the same thing will come in action, that your program counter always store what to do next, that particular instruction's address, right? So once you have already occupied that location, that means that 200 location, program counter will make sense that yes, that instruction already has been started. So I have to update my content with the next instructions address. So that means once you will go into this location, your program counter will be updated with this data 202, right? So just like this, you have seen your program counter is 200. You have gone to the 200 location. So now the next instruction has been stored as 202. So this 202 will approach to the program counter. So now program counter content will be updated from 200 to 202. Okay. So some separate instructions also are given, like what is R1, what is XR, what is AC. So all these things let us check again in the text. The content of the processor register R1 is 100. So that means what is R1? R1 is a processor register. So just like the example previous day we were checking that when you started this register addressing, there was one register. So R1 is that type of register, right? Now the second one, it is clear cut specified the content of an index register XR, right? Index register XR clearly mentioned. So that means when you will go for the index addressing or displacement addressing, at that time only your index register will work, because we have seen that in this displacement addressing or in this index addressing, one index register stored used to store some value, and that value has been added with the offset part. So that means this is your processor register, this is your index register, and obviously this is your accumulator. So these are the all data you have been provided. Okay. Now what you have to do basically, I may give you this table, I may give you this all four registers, I may give you some explanation that what you have to do, all the other thing. Now what is your task actually? So your task will be to identify the effective address and the content of accumulator in each of the cases. All of the separate modes will be given. You need to calculate each of the content for each of the mode. Okay, so you can see that specific for any specific address, any specific effective address has been calculated, and parallelly what is the content of accumulator at that time has been calculated. Now you don't make it like that direct address has been completed, then you are targeting immediate operand. It is not like this. It is just like if direct address is if your addressing mode, what will be effective address? If immediate operand is your addressing mode, what will be the effective address? Like this. Okay, so we can check what is being happened step by step. So any other new or any other extra thing has been mentioned in the text, just we make it we need to confirm that AC receives the operand after the instruction is executed. Okay, then the figure lists a few pertinent addresses and shows the memory content and at each of these addresses. So no extra thing has been given. So just first you need to check these two data, that your program counter has the value of 200, content of processor register R1 is 400, index register is 100. So now we can start the numerical. Okay. So what we should do first? First we should make a space for the calculation. Right. So I will take the same examples what we have already did in the last day, and we will follow one by one from that. Okay. So for the first data, you can see what the example has been given, or what the example instruction has been given, that load to accumulator followed by mode, then address equals to 500. So you don't consider that your instruction is only this one. No, because at the beginning of the problem it has been mentioned clearly, consider a two-word instruction. So that means your instruction is completely this one. Load to accumulator address equals to 500. This whole is your instruction. Right? So if you write it in a single line, load to accumulator address equals to 500. Now obviously you can ask that is it the actual language of the program? That means when you will do this MIPS programming, will you write the same thing in the programming editor? Obviously it is a no, because it is a numerical problem, and for your better understanding, detailed language has been written. Okay, but that is not a language of the actual program. So load to accumulator address equals to 500. This is your first instruction. Think about. And it has been already mentioned that it is a two-word instruction. So two-word means this is actually carrying two separate memory location, right? Now what was your program counter first? First your PC was holding the data as 200. So that is why you have jumped into this location, this address location. So now you have to check which will be your effective address when it is the example of direct addressing or immediate operand or any other thing. Now we will check. So let's go to the box again. Just first make it sure that we have cleared this unnecessary rows again. Okay, so I am removing them. Okay, now you can see that first thing we should check load to accumulator mode address equals to 500. So what will be specified by this mode? This mode will give you the idea whether you are operating in direct addressing mode or immediate operand mode. Okay, so now if I start with direct addressing mode, then what we will check? That in direct addressing, the effective address is the operand itself, effective address. So that means which is your effective address in this case, or which one is the operand in this case? This data basically, this 500. Just like when I ask you, give me the copy, you found that this copy has been stored in your hostel room C101. So which should be your effective memory address at that time? You have to go to that room and you have to fetch the data, right? So that means effective memory address will be C101, the address of your hostel room. The same thing here. The effective memory address will be this 500. So where is the 500 location? Search. You are searching, you found that your 500 location is this one. So that means after, if it is a direct addressing mode example, then your effective address coming as 500 and content of accumulator will be 800. So this is your hostel room number C101. This is your copy. And you have passed this copy to me. Similarly here you have passed this data, that means this 800 data to accumulator. Just make it sure that you have clearly got this point what I am trying to mention in this particular numerical. Anyone has written something? Any important word? Sir, is this book uploaded on LMS? Yes. Maurice Mano, the same book I have uploaded in LMS. Now, if any other problem that you are hesitating to ask, you can read, you can write also here. But please don't stop yourself. to clear the questions. Okay, because if you don't communicate, then I will not understand. I will continue with my flow. So later it will create lots of problem after problem. Problem will be stored in stack mode. Okay, so then you cannot face the first problem. You have to face the last problem. It will be quite difficult. I can't see it on LMS. Okay, I can show it to you. See, I think my screen has been shared already. Which is your LMS? This is your LMS. Dashboard. Log in again. Now don't go batch wise. Okay, go to the for theory part. Always you should approach this section, the overall section. I don't know. I uploaded it actually. Sorry. So then I should give it again. Oh, okay. Sorry. On the last day, I think someone should inform this thing. You are continuing the class without helping me actually. Yesterday, when I tried to upload it in LMS, it was showing that it is creating size of more than 25 MB. So that is why some of you asked me to upload it in this chat window. So on the last day chat window, it was uploaded. Okay, Meghna. So I will again upload the same thing here. See, this file already exists here. Okay. So I'm same uploading a copy. So if you go back to this previous chat transcript, you will found that this book already has been uploaded. In LMS, it is not possible to upload. So size factor was there. Okay. Achha, those who are continuing the class actually from the yesterday was also there. They should just inform this thing because she's asking me and I may forgot. So you just don't be passive, right? So a little bit of activeness should be expected from you all. Okay. StudyMate you don't like, that is perfect. You don't like this addressing mode, you don't like this microvisor course, that is okay. But whenever someone is asking, just be a little bit of vocal. Okay, that will be a quite helpful for me. Okay, now what I was discussing that the first one, the direct addressing mode. Okay, so when we were in direct addressing mode, we were searching that first which address location you are accessing or what was the data has been stored in your instruction, that should be your effective memory address. So in case of direct, it is 500, that is your effective address, and the content of 500 is your content of accumulator. So these two data has been mentioned here. Okay, that means the effective address and content of accumulator. Now the next one we will check when you are approaching the immediate operand. Immediate operand. Okay, so what will be happened in this case only? In this case, just remember the difference between the direct address and the immediate address. So if you check again the previous thing, immediate was operand itself A and direct was effective memory address was A. So here who is your A basically? This is your A. So that means in immediate case your effective address will be from the location you are operating and where this particular data has been stored in this location. So this will be your memory accumulator content and this will be your address. Okay, so that is why in case of immediate, your effective address is 201 and content of accumulator is 500. Just the thing that when you are in direct, your effective address was A, and according to my problem, A is actually 500. So that is why for the first case, in direct addressing mode, your effective memory address was 500. You were checking the 500 location, you found the data as 800. So this was the content of accumulator. Now, whenever you will follow the same thing in immediate operand mode, your effective address is actually the operand itself. Right? So that means A is your operand here. Right? So that means in immediate case, your operand will be A. So that means which was your A at that time? A was 500. Now this operand will be moved to the accumulator. So that means your accumulator content will be 500 in this time. And from which location it was operating, you can clearly see 200 to one location. So that is why in that case your effective memory address will be 201. Okay. Now you think that you have been given indirect addressing mode. So now what you will do? So that means it is just like whenever in case of indirect, it is just like 500 with a parenthesis. That means what the data has been stored in 500, that is again a address only, not any data or not any operand. Right? So what you will do? Load to accumulator address equals to 500. So 500 itself another address at that time. So you will directly jump to the location 500. In 500 you found the address of 800. Then what you will do? You will jump from 800 here to here, and this data you will fetch as your content or as your operand. Just like I was asking for a bunch of all the copies, you suddenly rushed to your hostel room, you found there the key of another large room, you took the key from your room and you go to that large room for the data. So which was the address of that large room? That large room address is 800. So which was the data? The particular copies what you are fetching from that room. So that is the 300. Got it? So this was the example of indirect. So that means in that case, you will first go to 500. In 500, you found one data has been stored, which is 800. So that means you will go to this 800 location and finally you will get your data, that is 300. So that means this is your accumulator content and this is your effective memory address. In case of indirect, look, 800, 300. I have no problem. Then you have to check the relative address. So what we saw in case of relative addressing mode, relative means it is PC relative. We have already checked that PC relative addressing mode. It was just like your R, not R, to be specific, it was the program counter content, right? So it was just like PC plus A. Okay. So once you have started execution from 200 location, your program counter has been updated automatically with which data? With this data where your next instruction has been loaded. So that means this 202 will be uploaded now into the program counter. Okay, so that means, and what was the content of your accumulator at that time? You will just take it as an immediate operand. So that means your accumulator content is now 500 itself, no other thing. So that means at that time it will be your program counter content was 202, your accumulator content is 500. So that means your effective memory address will be 702. So what will be the accumulator content? Let me check with the box. 702 is 325. So that means accumulator content will be 325. We can check from it 702 and 325. Okay. Now the point is indexed address. So indexed address means it is the example of displacement type of thing. That means one index register will be associated with this example. So whenever you are talking about the indexed addressing, one index register will come in action. So who was the index register for my example? This was the index register XR. In the problem itself it has been mentioned XR index register XR is 100. Bottom, from the bottom it is third row. Okay, so that means let us check this one index register. So my index register content was 100 and my accumulator content was 500. So now if you add them to, what will be your effective memory address? It is 600. So this is your effective memory address. So now you have to check the content of 600. Content of 600 is 900. So that means your accumulator content now has been uploaded to 900. So this is one, up to this section we have done. Now the next one is register addressing. Okay, so register addressing, that means here no effective address and content of accumulator will be 400. How? Because we have already told that when we are dealing with any register addressing mode, at that time your operand will be directly operated from the registers. So that means there is no separate addressing mode will be associated which will direct you to the memory itself. Now what was your register content? It was 400. So without taking any other data, that particular data only will be loaded into accumulator. And at that time it will be the case of no effective address. So that means in the effective address there will be no data, and in accumulator content it will be 400. This thing. The next one is register indirect. So what we have done in register, the same thing we will check in register indirect. How? Because we will now deal this 400 not as data, rather 400 we will also think as a location, and from where we will fetch that location? Obviously from memory. So that means this 400 will now act as the location, right? So that means if you write like register indirect 400 will be the location. So that means at that time your effective memory address will be 400 and accumulator content will be I have to check what is the content of 400, 700, right? So that means accumulator content will be 700. So this is the data, 400 and 700. Now this time first you should clearly understand from direct to register indirect. If you get it properly, then only we can jump to auto increment and auto decrement. That is actually not any different thing. Auto increment, auto decrement, just like what we do in our programming language, like plus plus or minus minus, this thing. So automatically you will do just like x equals to x plus 1. So from 400, if you operated, it will be first go to the same location and then it will be incremented. So just like 400, you will be again in 400, and if it is auto decrement, it will be automatically decremented by 1. So this thing, but that thing can be discussed later. First you have to make it sure that you have clearly understood from this direct to register indirect. Okay, so I will stop here. Next day I will start the next point. First let me stop.